Hi, it's Tuesday. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, which means it's time for lessons from a lockdown lurker. And as has been the theme over the last few weeks, this is definitely going to be a case of lessons from a reformed lurker, because there's not much lurking going on, and I really want to encourage you as fellow introverts not to lurk either, because the benefits are extraordinary. Anyway, before I go into that, I'm going live through StreamYard, as you can see. So if you want me, let me just bring up the comments now. If you want me to see who you are, you'll need to just give StreamYard permission to see your name. Otherwise, I'll see your comments, but it'll come up as Facebook user. It's not an issue, whichever way you prefer to do it. I'll probably say, call you out and say, who's that saying that? And you can type your name in, but it's just so much easier if you put your, or give StreamYard permission. I don't think it does anything sinister, so it's fine. So, hello, Dawny Beth Baxter. It's so lovely to see you. It's been a while, Dawny. I've been a bit absent, as it were. And today's, well, been so busy. But today's a funny old day. I've been to the dentist, I've been shopping, I've got calls this afternoon, but I did want to pop on here and say, yeah, if you're an introvert, let's lose the lurking habit. Gosh, that's a lot to say. Let's lose the lurking habit. But let me tell you what I've been involved in this week, because it's so blooming exciting. So there's a real theme, and Dawny, I'm just going to put this up. I've missed your face too, and I'm hoping to see more of it, and hoping to see more of it in September. Let's talk about that. Anyway, what's this week been about? There's a real theme that's emerging around me being asked to contribute to well-being, mental health, and those kind of, general summits, podcasts. So last week I was a guest on Hello from Nuremberg. Hi to Becho. How are you? Nice to see. Is it snowy still there? We've lost our snow now. So last week I had a fab interview on a podcast, a US-based podcast, where it was aimed at tech women. And the interviewer and I had some time together a couple of weeks ago, where she obviously checks out the people that she's inviting onto her podcast for obvious reasons. I would do the same if I didn't know them. And she kind of immediately said, this is going to be such a great conversation. We really need to, get you on the podcast. So that was recorded on Friday, last Friday. I'll let you know when it's going live, because it's fabulous. Even though I say so myself, it's fabulous. That then opened, well, I don't think it was that opened the door, but the next thing I had booked in was me being interviewed yesterday for a US-based well-being summit. And that was really so interesting, because what they talked about is that they'd never really explored neurodiversity, and certainly hadn't really explored the introversion and the challenges with the extroversion bias as part of that neurodiversity. And she said to me at the end, how fabulous are you? We definitely need you back again for more summits. And it's like, yeah, little old me, the introvert, doing my stuff, but more importantly, getting our message out there. And that's what I think is so important, is that because I'm prepared not to lurk, I'm prepared to rattle a few cages, I'm prepared to get the message out there that the extroversion bias is damaging the mental health of introverts. It is having a significant impact on us. So we definitely need to be doing something about that. And as you know, I talk about myself as being the voice of the unheard introvert. I'm more than happy to keep doing that, to keep pushing at those open doors. The next thing I had confirmed, this is so exciting, honestly. The next thing I had confirmed was an invitation to record a 20 to 40-minute video for a mental health summit that's global, that's an international and virtual this year, of course, for obvious reasons. And again, I'd put forward about how the extroversion bias damages the mental health of introverts. So I'm thrilled to have been, because I know the competition is very fierce, but I'm thrilled to have been able to get through so far and been invited to submit my video for that. So 20 to 40 minutes on how the extroversion bias impacts the mental health and well-being of introverts. And the one thing I'm making really clear here is that introversion itself is not a mental health issue, because we know how many myths and misconceptions there are about it. Introversion itself isn't a mental health issue. The extroversion bias and how it expects us to behave is affecting our mental health. And that's the message I really want to get out there. So they're all going to be going live soon. The one I'm recording, the longer video, isn't until May, but it's Thursday. Are we Tuesday? No, it's Tuesday, isn't it? It's Thursday that the US-based summit goes live. So as soon as I've got the links, I'll share it in Introverts Corner so that we can click on it so that you can show up. I haven't got any more details yet, but obviously I'll share whatever I can. So this feels like a really exciting time right now. It feels like there's momentum behind what we're doing, behind your voices. The podcast that I'm that's going to go live this week is about feedback, and how most feedback focuses on weaknesses, not strengths. And I'm talking about it in terms of us being hardwired with a weakness focus, and how important it is for all of us, not just for introverts, to actually focus more on strengths. And we know how many brilliant strengths introverts have. So that podcast is also helpful to introverts, but aimed at people who find themselves having to do performance reviews, having to do feedback, to not just focus on the what's wrong, but also to focus on what's right, so that we grow into those strengths. We grow, develop them more, strengthen them more. So that's interesting. But here's there's a couple of things I need your help with this week, actually. The first is, I'd love to know what you'd like me to cover on upcoming podcast episodes. So if you've got any ideas in the comments, if you're watching this on replay, #replay, share what you'd like me to talk about, because I want these episodes not just to serve me, which they do, by the way, because it's almost a form of therapy for me, talking about the things that I really want to talk about. But I'd love to hear what you'd like me to talk about. I'd love to hear your ideas. I've already covered a few off. So I remember one of the members of Introverts Corner wanted us to talk about kind of managing your manager. We've done that one. We've also talked about friends, which was somebody else's request. Kind of how do we talk about building friendships when we know that typically we have more discrete circles of friends. So that one's been done. And a couple of the others I've covered off, but I would love to know what you would like me to talk about on the podcast. I'd love to know what topics are important to you. So that's the first thing I'd really like your help with. I'd like your help with, tell me what you want me to talk about. The other thing I really want your help with is getting a fake profile taken down from Instagram. Dawny knows all about this because she's reported it. I keep reporting it. I don't know that it makes any difference if I keep reporting it, but it's my personal Instagram profile, which I don't know why anyone would want to clone that, because I'm not active on it. You know, I've got hardly any followers. You know, there were only 4 posts on it. Why would somebody want to clone that? And of course, what they did was they put an extra N in Joanna. So it's now Joanna, Rawbone. And I've reported it. Other people who've noticed it have reported. So reporting and blocking will help, but I don't know how long Instagram takes to take those things down. Dawny may be able to help us with that because she's an Instagram and Facebook queen, and I'm proud to be part of her group related to that stuff. So if you could have a look at that. If you're on Instagram, just do a search for Joanna Rawbone and you'll see two. One of them, there's my real profile with now a video that says, hey, this is the real me. The other one isn't. So there's now only 6 posts or something. And the other one is the 4 poster original with the 3 N's in Joanna. So if you'd be so kind as to report it and block it, I'd really appreciate that, just to get that taken down. So it's a really exciting week. And somebody said, who was it who said it? Oh, it was my numerologist, Freya, who said it. So she said, the thing is, once people get to know you, then you're worth cloning. So, so I'm not that well known, but I'm getting better known. Yeah, Dawn has just come back and said very, very slow. I'm just going to pop this up because it might encourage you, more of you, to do that for me. So more people who report it, the better. Oh, thanks, Dawny. And so anyone listening, either live or hashtag replay listening to it, then if you would do that, if you would report it, then I'd really appreciate it. Hi, Louise. Glad to see you've made it here too. Louise is in an exciting period because she started a bit of a new job. And nice to see you, Jen, as well. How are things with you? Because I know it's been all change for you. Oh, Leah. Look, a very special soul. Thank you. I did a little appearance in Leah's group as well. So yeah, you people are all very dear to me, very special to me. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So 2 calls to action, 2 things I'm asking of you. One, what do you want me to talk about on my podcast? And the second is, let's take down that fake Insta profile. And if you get the chance to support those well-being and mental health summits, podcasts that I'm appearing on, that will be really helpful, because the more of us who support that, the more of us who are consistent with the message that introversion itself is not a mental health issue, the extroversion bias is what turns it into a mental health issue, or is the bit that's the mental health issue. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, Louise. Louise has reported it on Insta as well. Thank you. And block so that they can't do anything nasty for you as well, Louise. Lovely to see you all. I think that's probably enough from me right now. Yesterday, I made a huge pot of green soup. So it's got courgettes, onions and garlic, of course. Everything starts with onions and garlic, really, doesn't it? Courgettes, purple sprouting, lots of kale, some cauliflower stalks, which I whiz up, and I put a tiny bit of Marmite in it. And that, I've made a pot big enough for about 3 days. So I'm going to go down and warm myself up some soup, because the weather is getting better here. My garden is still like a bog where they redid the fence, but the snow has gone. We've had a bit of rain, so I just need that to clear. And I'm reminded of spring. I've got beautiful hyacinths flowering on my windowsill here in my home office, and the smell is almost overpowering. But that reminds me that spring isn't far away. So lovely to see you all, and remember to let me know what you want me to talk about, because I'm going to keep talking, and I'd rather I was talking about things you want me to talk about. Bye for now.